Did you know that more than 70 million Americans every year suffer from indigestion? Seems like it should be a lot more, right? It's Dr. Dan with another Lunch and Learn video. Today we are talking about bloating. I have people who come to me and they say, Doc, I look like I'm 6 months pregnant. Well, what causes that? And how do we fix it? Because this is a super common complaint. It's actually so painful sometimes and so uncomfortable that people go to the hospital for this. So let's get into it. Part of it is mechanical. We're bloated, it feels like we're full of air, and that's because we are full of air. Half of that is CO2. So it actually goes to what we eat. We're swallowing air as we eat. Now we've become a convenience culture, and we're eating lots of food, and we're very busy, and we have to eat it fast. And so we can take down a Chipotle bowl in, say, 5 minutes. It's probably not the way we were designed to eat. In fact, I know it's not the way that we were designed to eat. And so while we're wolfing all that down, we're swallowing all this air, and that's the CO2 that gets trapped in our gut. We get burping, we get farting, and it becomes incredibly, incredibly uncomfortable. So if that's half the air, what's the rest? Well, that comes from what we eat. Now, it could be mechanical. Did you know your stomach is the size of your fist? And that's not really big if you actually stop and look at it. So if you're eating like a Cheesecake Factory size triple portion and taking it all down because you're in the Clean Your Plate Club, it is going to just physically stretch that stomach, get it bigger and bigger and bigger, and of course that mass is going to take up mass inside of you, and it's going to be very uncomfortable. So we have the air, we have the physical mass, but what else causes bloating? Well, let's again go back to what we eat and what causes the air. Well, we have microbes all throughout our microbiome. It is in our large intestine, it's in our small intestine, and we have digestive enzymes in our stomach. And we're breaking down this big bolus of food into little teeny tiny nutrients, and sometimes those microbes and enzymes are creating chemical reactions that cause gas. So, what types of things are we talking about? Well, we can have something called a small intestine bacterial overgrowth. These we've talked about in other videos. These are microbes that are in the large intestine. We have a lax sphincter that dumps the food down there. They sweep up into the small intestine and they have a keg party where they don't belong. All of that gas that they're kind of farting out ends up becoming gas in your gut, and we have that 6 months pregnant look. We don't want that. But it also comes from the types of foods we eat. Now, we already talked about if you eat too much, what happens, but you can also eat too little. So imagine if you just ate the same 3 things every day. You're Tom Hanks, you're on the Castaway Island, and you can only eat sweet potatoes and fish. Well, guess what your microbes are gonna do? All the ones that digest everything else are gonna kind of go down into remission. You might have a few here and there, but really the ones that are gonna digest your food are the only ones that are digesting sweet potatoes and fish. And so it's kind of the same with our diets. If you go on a really, really restrictive diet, there's only so many types of microbes that are gonna digest your food, and the other ones kind of die off. And so then it comes time to eat that other food. You have fish and sweet potatoes, for instance, and in comes a steak. Well, you really don't have the microbes to make that happen. And there's certain foods actually that cause this more than others. A lot of times it is sugars. Fructose especially, this is the sugars that are found in fruit. And then fructose, when it combines with different fats and oils, these are called FODMAPs, fructooligosaccharides. And there are also things, additives to food called sugar alcohols, so sorbitol, mannitol. These things can also cause gas and bloating. So we eat these things, they cause all this gas, and it doesn't get digested. That air, that gas takes up mass, and it starts pushing up against our heart, it starts pushing up against our lungs, we feel uncomfortable, we get sweaty, it starts to cause pain, and we gotta reach for something to fix it. So what are some of those things? Well, naturopathically, I like to do it with herbs. These herbs are called carminatives, and they really do a great job in settling down gas, and you probably know them from traditional remedies. We've got peppermint, chamomile, cinnamon, ginger. These are all carminative herbs. There are other things like rosemary and thyme, if you like your Simon and Garfunkel. So you can get into those. You can drink it as a tea. You can do it as a tincture. And these things will help to settle the gas down. But you know I'm all about self-care. So let's go back to why that would happen in the first place. Well, we have these two nervous systems, sympathetic, parasympathetic. If you are wolfing down food, you are causing a sympathetic response. You're tightening everything up. It's not digesting properly. And we have to stop and slow down. Think about when you were a kid, you sat down to family dinners, everybody around laughing, having a good time, eating slowly, nobody rushing to get done, nobody rushing to get back to work, nobody watching an iPhone while they were eating their meal and getting really testy news that is pissing them off. No, we're relaxed. Parasympathetic state is rest and digest, and that's what you should be doing. So don't eat too much. Don't eat too little. Slow down. Chew your food. We don't want these big giant masses, these big rocks that we're throwing into lava. No, we want little teeny tiny pieces that just dissolve really quickly. So don't eat too much. Don't eat too little, as we talked about with the different microbes in your gut. And pay attention to what is causing you this discomfort. Is it a certain kind of food? There are food sensitivities that people will have. There is inflammation in the gut that can spin off different food sensitivities over time. So what do? If you've watched these videos, you know I test. Lots of different things can cause bloating. Lots of different things can solve it. If you want your custom solution to your bloating, please give me a call. I offer free 15-minute visits in person here in Scottsdale, Arizona at Chambers Clinic or in our Tempe office. I offer telehealth either on Zoom or on the phone. Nobody leaves without any kind of direction. Please give me a call or go to my website. It's drdanwool.com. And in the meantime, never feel over 40.